Welcome to the Reddit Chronicles. Today we will be reading from True Off My Chest. Our first post is by Wide Area. His mistress made him a better husband. I feel nauseous. This is a throwaway. I'm just nauseous and want a vent. Please let me do it here. Everything changed about 3 years ago and my husband became my dream man. Before that, we suffered a lot in our marriage. After 2 hard pregnancies and postpartum depression, my libido was diminished and we fought all the time. After 4 years of dead bedroom, we started therapy. I thought that was where the improvement came from. My husband started paying attention to me. In the beginning I was panicking because whenever he paid attention to me before, he expected sex, but now it felt like he was seeing me as a human being for the first time. He was attentive and caring, emphatic. He touched and cuddled and kissed me out of the blue without wanting sex in return. He started helping around the house, bringing me flowers, take out dinners when I work late, planning date nights. Anniversaries, birthdays, and holidays are planned perfectly, and I started getting the most beautiful and thoughtful gifts. When we fought, he would come the next day and admitted his wrongs, and very accurately, if he was the one in the wrong, something he never did before. He would apologize too, when back in the days him apologizing would be a blow to his ego. He said he was happy all the time and lucky to have us as his family. Everything was better, and I even got my libido back, if not as high as I hoped. I found their conversation about 5 days ago, and I have probably spent over 50 hours reading them. 3 years worth of conversation. He would tell her his woes and she would listen. 99 out of 100 times she sided with me. She taught him about intimacy and how important it is in marriages. The tragically funny part is that he never got angry or offended by her telling him off. Calling him silly, stubborn, or at times man-baby. Her honesty was brutal, and yet he agreed with her. She was the one suggesting all the changes, and he would ask her for advice about gifts, traveling, and all the beautiful things he did for our family. He thanks her all the time for helping him turn his miserable home life around, making it tolerable. With all these texts, there were the texts between them that are about them like nobody else existed around them. The flirting, sex talk, and pictures, the longing to see each other. He says she is the love of his life every day and that he wishes their circumstances were different. She says the same. They both agree that divorce would ruin their families and that they couldn't be that selfish. How admirable. I feel nauseous. My happiness for the past 3 years was fake. I don't know what to do. I want to hurt them. I want to expose them, and I want to ruin whatever they think is perfect happiness. Update. Since I can't comment and I can't answer all the chats, I will answer here. I am 35. My husband is 39. We have 2 children, 9 and 7. She is 40 and she has 1 child, 14. She is in a dead bedroom with her husband too, and for 14 years. The affair is physical, but they meet maybe once every month or every other month. She tells my husband that what they feel is probably limerence, but that they don't know it yet because they meet so little. She lives in another city. Our next post is by the Electrical Buffoon. My girlfriend doesn't know I know she plans on leaving me and taking our daughter. A little context. We're both 21. We have a daughter named Allie. We had her by accident at 19. We were only about 2 years into dating, but we've made it work out pretty well. I make solid money, and I'm about over a year from applying for my full license for my career. She has been doing online school for law degree. I'm a big racing guy. It ran in my family as my dad and uncle were as well. My dad passed away in an accident when I was 13, so he never got to meet our daughter. However, I got to keep a couple of his old cars and have been working on them for years. I've taken them to the local track and I've even do street racing in certain areas out around me. As ridiculous as it sounds, he died a couple weeks before the newest installment of the Fast and Furious, Furious 7. He loved those movies, and so did I guess. If anyone knows the legacy around that movie, it does mean a lot to me, even with how ridiculous it is. My girlfriend has never been a big fan of the racing. She's always understood the importance it has held to me, so she has tried to work with it. But her best friend is in a long-term relationship with my best friend. My best friend got into an accident over the summer racing and flipped his vehicle. He survived and mostly came out all right outside some bruises and a concussion. But my girlfriend was adamant that I quit doing it. This sparked an ongoing issue with us, which, while I understand her concern, I haven't been in anything nearly close to an accident. I work on all my own stuff, so I know exactly what I'm doing, and she has reasonably said I can't bank on that forever. Which is fair, but I've communicated I'm not ready to give that part of my life up yet. I have so much I want to still do and accomplish that my dad never did. I love running into his old buddies and talking to them, telling me how I'm just like him and how proud he'd be. I raced a couple weeks ago. Everything went well and fine. However, my best friend reached out to me to tell me that my girlfriend planned on leaving me around New Year's. This was a conversation between her and her best friend, which was relayed back to me by my best friend, which he wasn't supposed to tell me. I do feel conflicted. I get her concern. It was heightened when Allie was born. I know she wants me to let it go, and her concerns are valid. I definitely don't want to make her out to be a villain. I just really don't think I can right now. I love my girls too, and I love spending time with them. They're well cared for, and like I said, we are doing much better than most parents at our age. At the core of me though, I really wanted to be just like my dad. Hell, I even want to explore bike racing. It's hard to let that go for the reasons I've given. However, I never wanted to be an absent parent because I know what it's like to not have that parent. I guess I have around a month to really think about it. That feels terrifying. Obviously, keeping it to myself, I haven't really talked about it with anyone. So I'm just looking to put that out there. Thanks for reading. Edit. I would like to say my dad didn't die from racing. His accident came from a drunk driver when he was coming home from work one night. My dad never got hurt on the track. He was smart. Also, I get people who think I'm being stupid for my life decisions. I never expected people to have my back. However, telling me to sell the cars is pretty disrespectful, and I'll ignore everything else you write. Racing is one thing, but the cars are the only thing I still have of him. Our next post is by What's Happening. Parents lied about Thanksgiving plans, leaving several people out. My brother is in the military. He and his wife are stationed in a different state. They recently have welcomed a beautiful little girl into the world. They were planning to come to see the rest of the family for Thanksgiving and introduce the new baby. But with the state of the world and other craziness, plans changed. The new plan became for us to go to them. However, we have a younger sister who has special needs and does not do well with traveling. Because of her difficulties traveling, I was asked to stay behind in our family's home state to care for sister. I have done this multiple times in the past, so my parents and other siblings can go to my brother's graduation and other celebrations. The plans were changed so last minute that my twin brother was unable to get off work. Mom and Dad reassured us that it would be a small family thing where the two of them, plus my other younger sister, would spend a quiet holiday with my brother and his wife, and meeting the new baby, the first grandchild, and might see some other extended family that currently lives in the state, and it would not be a big deal at all. Mom kept saying she felt really bad about the whole situation. Like she was abandoning the three of us and had been making a huge deal about this. They left on the Monday before Thanksgiving, and Mom has been calling twice daily and thanking me for taking care of my sister. 3 a.m. Thanksgiving morning, I can't sleep, scrolling Facebook on my phone. I start seeing post after post. The majority of my extended family from our home state has traveled to my younger brother's state, and they are all together hosting a mini family reunion for Thanksgiving that they never told us about. They told us this was going to be a small thing, a small holiday dinner with just Mom, Dad, and younger sister meeting the baby and spending Thanksgiving with my brother's little family. All of my cousins are there, all of my aunts and uncles, except for one, to be completely honest, hiking, hanging out, and celebrating together. And they never told us this was happening. I immediately text my twin brother, and he is as shocked as I am. Except he then remembered overhearing a phone convo between Mom and an aunt asking if one of our uncles was going to make it, but he didn't think anything of it at the time. That was weeks ago. They have been planning and coordinating this mini-family reunion for weeks. Mom and Dad told us over and over again how low-key and not a big deal this trip would be. They told us over and over again how bad they felt for abandoning us for the holiday. Then they go and plan this whole thing behind our back and post it all over social media? I can't speak for my twin, but I feel like absolute crap. He has told me he feels like crap too. I have been shaking and crying because of how hurt I am. I feel anger, sadness, shame, like I've done something wrong. I thought writing this out might help, so I'm sorry for any punctuation or typos. I think I'm the most hurt because my mom have had conversations before about how I feel like it's a struggle for me to fit in with extended family because of my social anxiety and general awkwardness. This feels like it's validating a lot of the fears and feelings. This also means that my twin and I will be the literal last people in the family to meet our new niece. I'm not even sure if or what I should tell my little sister. Part of me understands, when you get a chance to get the majority of the family together, why not take it? I think the fact they felt the need to lie about it and hide it from us is the most confusing part. How do you not see how that makes the whole situation worse? There's no way I'm getting any sleep now. Happy Thanksgiving Reddit update. Nobody wanted to leave my sister behind. She physically doesn't handle travel well at all, often resulting in severe stress on her body physically. There is no reason to call or involve CPS. I am a registered caregiver for my sister, so no laws are being broken and no one is in danger or has been abandoned, just left out of a family event, an event that we were told was going to be much smaller than it is. My family returns from out of state on Sunday. They FaceTimed my brother and I earlier, and on the call I pointed out that I could see my aunts and cousins in the background, and everyone acted like it was no big deal at all, instead asking my brother and I to pose for photos and then having us put our sister on the phone. I even made the comment, "Wow, it seems like everyone is there except us," laughing to myself a bit. I got a lot of chuckles from around the room, but no one really responded to me. Ultimately, I am sure that the next time I am asked to care for my sister when my family travels, I will be sure to bring this up and ask for clarity and honesty. Thank you for listening to the Reddit Chronicles. Follow for more content.